With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls. So we had kind of talked last time a little bit about playing, maybe playing an improv game this time round, and we had talked a little bit about the excuses game. Does anybody feel up for a round of the excuses game?
Sure. Yeah.
I think as we've been talking, I thought of a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I got a phone call. Kim, I got a phone call the other day. I got a phone call the other day, and someone said they thought they saw you, it was the middle of the night, but you were running away from an ice cream truck with your arms full of stuff. What happened?
It's actually it's a friend of mine who owns the ice cream truck, and it's Alexa, and she got pulled over by the police, and they were she's in jail. She's in jail right now as we speak. And so, she's here. We're on FaceTime. Is what
in jail?
They special privileges. It's a small town.
This is her call.
This is her one phone call.
This is my call
to record an episode of The Dice Girls.
Priorities.
I made a commitment. I have to be here.
Oh my god.
Her dedication is just unmatched.
So when she went to jail, they were gonna confiscate everything in the ice cream truck, and she's worried because there's stuff hidden inside of each of the ice creams, and so she needed to make sure it didn't fall into the wrong hands. Alexa, tell me what's in
hey, Alexa.
the ice cream.
What's hidden in your ice cream? Also, you seem relatively unbothered for someone in jail.
It's not my first rodeo.
When we asked, what new was going on in your life, that might have,
She didn't even mention it.
Yeah, maybe just mention that.
Yeah, you guys know how normal this is for me. I'm always in jail. Are we really that surprised? I think I'm in jail more than I am at home.
Right.
These days. But I was... So in the ice creams, I had little tiny pieces of paper. And in each piece of paper was a piece of the code for my self-driving ice cream truck. So that nobody could get their hands on the whole code and hack my ice cream truck.
You hid the code for your ice cream truck in the ice cream.
I kept that ice cream in a separate freezer, so I wouldn't accidentally hand it out to the kids.
It's in the freezer safe.
Yes, in my freezer safe, in my self-driving ice cream truck.
You say that, but I was actually moonlighting as a cop that day, and I heard reports that somebody's child got a weird piece of paper in their ice cream, and they thought it was some kind of code for a bomb. So that's why they called me. I was actually chasing the self-driving ice cream truck that Kim was running away from.
See, that day it was hot outside. And we were really busy at the self-driving ice cream truck, and so I had asked my mother to help me hand out ice cream to the kids, and she got into the freezer safe, She wasn't, she was just moving quickly, how it gets in the kitchen, you're
I'm
moving.
dialing the dial on the safe.
Yeah.
Not thinking about it.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, where's the extra ice cream? It's in this safe. And then she, it was an honest mistake. I didn't tell her that the code was in there until I was actually being, carted off, thrown into the back of the truck. The police truck.
Here's the thing. I knew about it the whole time. I framed you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, the betrayal.
It was a prank. It was just a prank. You know how you're just talking about how you love little harmless pranks?
I did not say that.
Just now. You know
In
how
fact,
you were saying that just now?
I was literally thinking, I'm so glad that you don't do pranks because you
not.
are way too capable of doing something like this.
No, I would not do that. It wasn't. It was Ashley so she's moonlighting as a cop, but here's the funny thing. She's not actually a cop. She got the costume at a costume shop.
I did get it at Spirit Halloween.
Right.
I did get it at Spirit Halloween 3 years ago. But the real cops were so impressed by my vigilante service that they just brought me on. And they said I could keep the costume.
They're like, hey, what are you doing later? That was some good copping.
Yeah. Good copping.
Man.
So, Alexa, what were the actual charges brought against you that landed you in jail?
They haven't given them to me yet. I'm still in the jail. They processed me and everything, but we gotta wait for the prosecutor's office to get back to us, and that's gonna take weeks.
Yeah.
But if I had to hazard a guess, it would probably be speeding in the ice cream truck.
Down Ashley Street.
Down Ashley Street. I ran out of ice cream and I was, driving to the store to get some more, and I didn't want to disappoint the kids by going super slow.
So why did you leave the music on?
See, the thing about self-driving ice cream trucks is you can't turn the music off unless the entire vehicle is off.
Okay.
There's no button for that.
Those manufacturers are evil.
Yeah.
They just... and that was the problem. I was actually just trying to pull you over to tell you to turn off the music because it's super misleading to be driving fast and playing the music. But then you sped up and things got out of control after that. Well, I don't know if you sped up. I guess the self-driving truck sped up.
Yeah.
When it saw me.
I was in the back. I was in the back trying to get all of the pieces of my code so I could shut the music off.
You were missing one, though.
But yeah, there was one missing. And I'm not sure if you realize how long it takes to get tiny pieces of paper out of hundreds of different ice cream bars.
Did you have to eat them all?
So full.
I tried that at first, I was like, I don't want this product to go to waste, so I'm just gonna eat it. But then it was taking too long, the truck was speeding up, time was of the essence, so I just started, kind of mushing them apart with my hands, but then I got like freeze burn on my fingers, brain freeze for my fingers, and so they were moving slowly. Frostbite. That's the word.
You got brain freeze in your finger brains.
You just crank the heat up real high. And hold the ice
You just
cream.
got a hairdryer.
And I mean, for a good minute there, I was really debating just, exiting the moving vehicle, but
That tracks. That
I gotta
literally
bail.
tracks.
but I stood my ground, and then I got arrested for it. So I think I'm done with the ice cream truck. If anybody needs a self-driving ice cream truck.
I think Becca's interested.
Yeah, I'm looking to start an ice cream truck business. Send it my way. Just tell it to drive itself to Indiana.
Yeah, I'll put it in the GPS and then it'll send it on its merry way.
But
Leaving a wake of disappointed children across the country.
Becca's gonna be a little too busy to be running an ice cream truck because I saw a YouTube video of her. This is really weird. This is kind of awkward. Okay, so you're in the are there woods near you?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in the woods and you have this stick and it has glitter on it, and then you're walking around and you're tapping on different trees and just saying hello. And it's just whoever was filming it was just following you and they couldn't figure out what you were doing. What were you doing?
So actually it's a really old Midwest tradition, that you guys probably wouldn't have heard of, living in the Southwest your whole life, and all.
Yes.
I mean, not actually, but, well, Texas,
South.
right? Yeah, exactly.
The South.
Yeah, so I was, it's called, Thumplin hunting, and... And that's exactly what you do. They're little ugly creatures, but they love glitter. And so you gotta coat the end of a stick with glitter, and they like to live in trees. And the only way to get them out is to scare them by thumping on the trees, and that's why they're called thumplings. And so...
I love it.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing. I was going Thumplin hunting. And you don't actually kill them. You don't hunt them for you don't hurt them. It's just for viewing them. They just run out and you try to snap a picture real quick and then they run back in.
Yeah, what does a thumpling look like?
Kind of like a potato with legs. Just picture a potato with little fat legs. And kind of like stubby little arms too, so it can run. And then so on top of the potato shape is like a gnome hat, but it's not actually a hat. That's their head, and their eyes are in the hat part.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, why would you want to look at one?
Because they're very rare. They're actually endangered. And so, really it's more of like a service that you're doing to kind of just check to make sure they're still there. And I actually was doing it. The reason I was being filmed, is because I was working for one of the National Park Services here, the Thumplin Preservation Unit in Indiana. It's headquartered in Indiana.
The TPU, of course.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, the TPU.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, TPU. It's not Toilet Paper University. It's the Thumplin Protection Unit. Yeah, so I was actually doing work for them to kind of help their tracking them and trying to figure out their migration patterns and all that.
Yeah, is there a specific season that you go Thumplin hunting?
Yes, it's like right in the mid. Okay, so you know how we have like, you might not know this actually, and this is true. This part's true. In the Midwest, there's a saying that your corn has to be knee high by the 4th of July. And that part's true. And it's actually like 3rd week of July, thumplings will fly. And so it's like right after the corn, the thumplings are in their most active season. They actually hibernate for most of the rest of the year, which is probably why they're endangered. I imagine that's just their... I imagine it's hard to survive when you're only awake for like a week out of the whole year.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot to do.
They're
during
very
that
elusive
week.
and yeah. I was hunting Thumplins.
Are they a pretty important part of the ecosystem?
Yeah, they're an incredibly important part of the ecosystem here. Sorry. Yeah, they are actually incredibly important. They help to keep the mosquito population under control. Which really is important because of, mosquitoes carry diseases and things like that.
Right.
So, actually, we have seen, statistically, you can look at a graph from TPU and they'll show an increase of instances of like sicknesses from mosquitoes going up as the Thumplin population has gone down. So it's actually really rather unfortunate that the Thumplings are endangered.
Are there any in captivity that are like a breeding program or anything like that?
Like in the 80s, it was really popular to have them in zoos. And like, there were like petting zoos along the highway, Thumplin petting zoos. But once they became an endangered species, the government really kind of cracked down on Thumplin ownership. They became considered an exotic animal to own anyways. And so you don't really see them in zoos anymore. They're too endangered to be kept, to be like, yeah, basically. They're too hard to catch and too endangered. That doesn't make a lot of sense, actually, but...
That's interesting, because I could have sworn I saw a couple years back some TV show or something. I think it was called Thumplin King.
Yeah, Thumplin King. He's from Indiana, actually. He's had a very tumultuous journey collecting Thumplins. Specifically, famously competing with his wife, also a Thumplin collector.
Carol?
Yeah, Carol. Carol was her name. Carol Mask.
Killed her husband. Whacked him.
So yeah. Actually, it was Alexa's idea for me to go Thumplin hunting. I was
I think she moved back home. She needed a hobby, I thought, hey, I know so much about the Midwest that I think that this very specific hobby would be perfect for you.
And you have connections in Indiana because of the time when you were in jail there, right?
Yes, with the Thumplin King, actually.
So what was Indiana's jail like compared to like other jails you've been to?
Yeah, give it a Yelp review.
Give us a tour.
Indiana jails, I would give the Indiana jail system like a 2.5 stars out of 5.
Not good.
The food wasn't great. There's
A lot of casseroles.
a lot of I
Corn.
already am
corn.
I'm already disinclined to the Midwest food lifestyle. Because it's just
Potatoes.
a lot of things that I don't like. Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah, it was like every meal.
casseroles.
Every meal had potatoes, and that's not really my jam. But I'd give the Arizona jail system like a 1 star out of 5.
Oh.
Because I've been here, I've seen it, I've done it, over and over and over again. That you kind of get sick of seeing the same people. They get sick of me, I get sick of them. But also being in jail with the Thumplin King was actually pretty, because I had never heard of Thumplins before. And then here's this really this guy had a very loud personality, you know.
Right.
And he would not stop talking about the Thumplins. And so I was like, you know, I have a friend who I think would be perfect for this, who could take over for you while you're in jail. And so I gave him Becca's contact information.
Some guy in jail.
Yeah, because I'm
so
a
glad you
good
did.
friend.
I'm so glad you did. Now I'm the Thumplin queen.
When does your show start, though?
We're still filming.
Oh,
was
now
that
is the
just a
season
trailer
to
that
film.
Mom came across on YouTube.
And it was planted to look like a just totally random anonymous video, kind of like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
It's a found footage show.
Yes.
Thumplin hunting. That's what it's called. You got to say it with the accent too.
Well, of course. Oh man,
That's great.
well,
that was a wild ride.
It
That
was.
was so much fun.
yeah.
Oh,
We kind
man.
of, or maybe it was just me, but we kind of put Becca on the spot for a long time about those Thumplins.
I loved it.
Because
Not gonna lie.
she just kept coming back super quick with super detailed answers. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we gotta keep doing this. This is great.
Like back
I
in
could
the
have made
80s.
I could have done a whole in the 80s. We got Thumplin history. We got Thumplin effects on the ecosystem. Thumplin
Migration
sleeping
patterns.
habits. Yeah, migration patterns, conservation effort. I mean, oh man, I could have made a whole
and
episode about
Thumplin
the
celebrities.
and Thumplin celebrities. Yeah, like the Thumplin King.
I wasn't sure if that was gonna land. I wasn't sure if y'all were gonna
It
get that.
landed
Yeah.
with at least the three of us.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
did take me a second, and then I was like, oh, yes, okay, I track.
Yes.
I'm with you.
So if anybody was confused, we were talking about the Lion King. So
Yeah.
just kidding.
The famous documentary, The Lion King.
Wait, did you see Lion King?
Yeah.
The Lion King was really big during
The beginning of
lockdowns.
COVID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We have
And
a
the beloved-
picture
my
of
favorite
him on
Disney
the wall.
movie. It's nothing compared to my favorite Disney movie, Tiger King.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That movie made me cry as a kid. Tiger King.
Oh man.
Especially the part with all the tigers.
Yes. Yeah, we do have a picture of the actual Tiger King on the wall because during lockdown, Mom switched out one of the frames on the wall with the Tiger King to see how long it would take me to see it.
It was
Months.
Yeah, it was a long
Months.
time. And it used to be a picture of my mom and dad in there, but I swapped it out for Tiger King with a
God.
tiger.
Yeah, and it's still up there.
Yeah.
It's been almost 5 years and it's still there.
Yeah. It's kind of
That would be me
Yeah,
too.
and-
I mean,
Yeah, and it's like I think we both forget about it.
yes.
And then we'll like, because it's right next to our stairs going up to the kitchen. And so it's like, we walk by it.
You two.
Yeah, you two have walked by it.
for
I've never
years.
seen it.
4 years, 5 years.
I'm going to go grab it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I've never noticed.
Oh my god! I don't know if I have either.
That's
I
hilarious.
don't think so. Nobody really notices it, I don't think.
That's wild. That's amazing.
I definitely would have commented on it. I actually never watched Tiger King, so like
Oh, you
I would have
didn't?
either
Oh, we watched
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
I
I've
might have
watched, like,
recognized
3
him,
or 4
or I might have been like,
episodes.
"Ooh,
Oh.
who's your family member with the tiger?"
Oh my gosh. Sure enough, Joe Exotic.
Oh my
Someone's got.
gosh.
Hold on. I was gonna get a screenshot of that, but my Can somebody take a screenshot of
Got
someone
it.
that shows all of us?
Oh, no,
Okay.
I don't have all of us.
I do.
Mine's.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
There we go. I was
Oh my
hitting the wrong
gosh.
button, but I got it.
That's hilarious. Ashley, I don't know if it's still available, and I don't know if it's something you would want to watch, but Tiger King was like, when people say it was a roller coaster, like, for real. Courtney and I watched it together, and like, every episode, the ridiculousness gets higher, and you're like, it could not possibly get any more wild and like unexpectedly just out of pocket than
Bizarre.
this, and then it does, and then it does
Yes.
again, and then it does. Like, every single episode is more wild than the last and more unexpected
Yeah.
than the last.
I actually didn't even realize, is Carol Baskin Joe Exotic's wife or ex-wife or something?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Or was
No,
it Zach's
they're
wife,
just-
wasn't it?
Oh,
I don't think they were married.
Oh,
They were
no,
just
they were
rivals,
enemies.
business
Yeah, they were
rivals, yeah.
rivals.
Oh, I thought they were together at some point. I could be wrong.
I don't
Okay, I
remember that.
I thought I
'cause,
was
like,
learning
she-
that from our game.
No, I must be wrong.
No,
I
because
must be
her
wrong on that
like
part.
her first husband is the one that disappeared, and
Oh,
that's why
okay.
everybody says she whacked him.
Yeah.
Fed him to the tigers. And then her current husband is, from what I remember, he seemed like a really nice guy, like a really sweet guy, and who was just wanting to support his wife with her tigers.
Aw.
Yeah.
He just got like wrapped up in this world of wacky tiger owners.
Yes, it's like cutthroat tiger ownership, man.
Yeah. Man. What was I gonna say? Oh, didn't the husband that everyone thought she killed, didn't he eventually wind up showing up later? Like, he popped
I
up somewhere
don't
alive.
remember. I don't remember him popping up alive.
Oh, I thought he did. Let's see.
Sounds like it's time for a rewatch.
Right?
Or a sequel. Sequel would be nice. Well, I mean, Joe doesn't have his tigers anymore, so
I know.
couldn't really.
Isn't he in jail?
He's not the
Is he
Tiger
in
King
jail?
anymore. Yeah, I think he is still in jail. Because he was in jail while the show was premiering.
Well, yeah,
on
here's
Netflix.
a jailhouse interview with Joe Exotic from April of 2024.
Oh, man.
He also did run
recent.
for president. Yeah, he also did run for president from the jail, I believe, while he was in jail.
Interesting.
So
He's
is he in jail for tiger-related crimes,
I
Wasn't it
That's a
drugs?
good-
I
or
think
is it
was
like
drugs.
tax
Like that.
evasion or something?
Oh, it could have been. I can't remember.
I'm looking it up now. Oh, he's in jail because of his murder for hire scheme to kill Carol Baskin.
That's right.
Oh my
that is right.
God.
I forgot about that. Oh yes,
That's right. It's been
What?
so long.
it's been so long. Yeah,
He tried to,
he
I guess,
tried to hire a hitman to whack Carol Baskin, and it
It didn't go well.
didn't work. She's still alive.
Okay, just the way you're talking about this, did he do this in the show?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
Okay.
either.
Okay, I thought his whole, like, the evidence of his crimes was, like, being recorded by Netflix. Like,
I'm sure it didn't hurt.
yeah.
I'm sure it didn't hurt their case. Like, he pretty clearly hated Carol Baskin in the show.
Yes. Yeah.
So it says the season later records the events leading up to Exotic's conviction under federal murder for hire statutes. When it comes to light that he had paid a hitman to murder Baskin, his convictions also include violations of like endangered species acts and resulted in a 22-year federal prison sentence.
Wow.
Dang.
So I think he did it before the show, but the details were coming out while they were filming the show.
Oh. That is wild.
Yeah. Wild ride, that show.
What a time. What a time that was in our country.
It was a time.
Phew. Just like the perfect storm, kind of.
Yes.
For everybody to simultaneously watch Tiger King.
We were all home. Yeah, because it was like...
That was right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it used to be back when we only had regular television.
You only had 8 channels.
Well, 3. Well, 4. 4 counting PBS, because you had ABC, NBC, CBS, and then PBS, and that was it. And so shows would come on certain times, like Friday night at 7 o'clock, and it was must-see TV. Everybody was home watching this specific show.
Right.
So I think that was probably the only time you've ever experienced people watching something, like, at the same time.
Right.
Because you're a youngster.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never, like... I guess I never, like, realized that. That, like, that had gone away as a whole. Like...
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've seen like I don't know, an article or something like that someone wrote about how it's actually contributing to like people having harder times socializing because we don't have these big televised events anymore that like everybody's watching the same thing. Now that we all have streaming and it's all these different shows, well, you have to be on the right streaming service to catch the show that your coworker watched now. And, you know, so it's actually making it harder for us to relate to each other because we're not watching the same shows at the same time.
Yeah. And even if you are watching the same show, like a lot of shows will drop the entire season all at once, and it's like, oh, I'm only on episode 2, but you're already done with the season.
Yeah, don't tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so you can't really discuss it anyways.
Yeah, and then you have to either try to remember only up to episode 2 and make sure you only talk about up to episode 2, or you just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're really gonna love this thing that happens. I can't tell you about it, though, because you'll be really mad at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes me wonder... Oh, sorry, Ash.
No, go ahead. I was just going to be like, ooh, just wait till you get to episode 7. That's when it's really good, you know.
Right?
Like, what do you do with that? You can't...
Yeah, that's not like a full, fun, in-depth conversation. It makes me wonder if there's, like, space for, like, you know how there's book clubs? If there's, like, watch clubs. Where, like, everyone is watching the same thing at the same time.
Well, there is for K-dramas. They have watch parties.
Oh.
Aww.
That's cute. I like that. Yeah, like watch parties, but like regularly, or maybe for like a show that's already come out.
Yeah,
that would be cute.
Like today we're watching season 4, episode 5 of Bob's Burgers. Like,
Oh, I would be all over that.
Yes, I love that show so much. It's so like
love
wholesome
Bob's Burgers.
and funny and silly.
Yes.
And cute.
Yes. It's so cute.
Yes.
It is.
Like the mom, Linda, she reminds me of my mom so much.
Oh, I love that.
There are like certain like differences, but just like her humor and the things that she does for her children, it's just oh my god. It's like that is my mother.
I love that so much. That's a huge compliment, Kim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Linda
I have yet
is
to watch
amazing.
it. I should do that.
Yeah.
I should do that. She's shown me clips of stuff, and it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
So are you guys watching anything else good right now? Speaking of watching things and not anyone watching the same thing at the same time.
Right. Well, I just, on 4th of July, I just watched Gladiator for the first time. Because I am so very super excited for Gladiator 2 that's coming out in November. Because Pedro Pascal is in it, and I love Pedro Pascal, and he looks so very good in the trailer. I was like, okay, I really want to see this movie, but I haven't seen the original one, so I don't want to be super lost, so I guess I better watch that. And I did. I enjoyed it. It was a very good movie. I cried at the end. But now I'm waiting for November, because that's when Gladiator 2 comes out.
Dang. I didn't know Gladiators 2 was coming out.
I
You said
started
it's
watching...
in November.
Yes, I think it's the 22nd. I could be wrong, though.
That's the day that Kennedy was assassinated, wasn't it? No, that's November 23rd.
Wow. I did not know that.
Me neither.
I do know it's around the time Wicked is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Wicked, like a sequel, or
it's gonna be like a movie. So it has been a book and it has been a Broadway musical. Now they're making a feature film of it, and that's coming out in November.
I thought there already one was. Okay.
I don't think so.
I thought there already one was. Okay, Yoda.
I feel like there was a movie called Wicked at some point. I don't think I remember what Wicked is. What
it's like it's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it's like the Wizard of Oz. It's the story of like the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm mixing it up with I think there was a movie that was like it wasn't the Wicked Witch, it was what? It was Snow White. So it was the villain from Snow White. I think that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I actually do remember seeing like a trailer or something for Wicked now that you've
I'm so excited, you guys. I'm a huge fan of Wicked. I loved the books, and then I had a friend who was obsessed with the musical, and so much so, and he was like one of my best friends in high school, and he I learned the entire soundtrack before I even knew what it was about and knew anything about it. Yes. And so when I actually have gotten to see it in person twice, which was amazing. I got to go once in Chicago and once in Phoenix. Wow. And going to it, I thought to myself, I have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen because I know all the songs. Not stopping to realize there's a ton of dialogue in between all of these songs. And it was simultaneously it was such a unique experience that I think will stick with me forever because it was simultaneously this thing that I know and love entirely, but it was also completely new to me at the same time. And that was such a chilling, cool experience that now I'm a Wicked fan for life.
Nice.
And so knowing that the movie is coming out in November, I'm ready. I'm gonna be there. I'm so excited. I've cried during the trailer. I'm so excited.
Oh, just cute.
Yes.
I had no idea there was a musical and books and all that. I had no clue.
It's all so good. I'm a huge fan of the taking a story or fairy tale that already exists and looking at it from a different angle or a different perspective. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of that genre, and Wicked just does it so well. It's built an entirely its own world, but that still exists in Oz. It's very cool. I'm hugely into it.
We were talking about things that we're watching right now.
Yes.
Kim, are you still watching anime or?
Oh yeah.
Getting into that?
No, I tried, but a lot of the stuff that I found, there was only the English dubbed version of it, and I can't do it. I want to watch it in its original form. What? Yeah.
Why?
It just,
may I ask why?
It just seems their little mouths are moving at a different rate than the dialogue is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That bothers you?
Their mouths don't match up with what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I think I just watch too many K-dramas. I'm just used to watching things in a different language with subtitles. So
okay.
But I did watch. Yeah, I watched the one about the talking house. And then I watched the one about the tornado or the typhoon. And then I tried to watch the Questionable Brotherhood, the Tale of the Lost Arm, the
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist. But I was so lost within the first couple of minutes of it. It's just there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with this because the opening scene is it's like raining, and there's this man, creature, whatever, in an alley, and he's drawing this symbol on the ground, and then it pans up, and then you go into this building, and then there's two, I don't know if they're police or something, that are arguing, and then they're talking, and then it pans over to there's a guy and a creature on a roof, and it's just like, there's no way I'm going to be able to follow this.
There are a lot of characters, I guess. There are a lot of characters in Full Metal Alchemist, especially Brotherhood has, like, off the top of my head, I can think of at least, like, 5 extra characters over, like, the original anime. So I can kind of, I can get that. I can get that. Part of me is like, if I can just nudge you a little to give it another try, like.
Okay.
But just because one of the things about anime that well, it just is a thing about anime, I guess, is that most of them, they'll repeat major important things a lot. Even if it's not necessarily a kids show, it's still a show that ran like syndicated, like once a week episodes. So they're still trying to, kind of make sure everyone remembers everything that's going on.
Okay.
So, I mean, there are shows that do it a lot more than Full Metal Alchemist, probably, but I would almost argue that it's a fun ride, even if you don't entirely know what's going on.
Okay, I'll give it another shot. Maybe Alexa, can you watch the first episode with me and explain to me what's going on? I think that's all I need. I need a guide.
You know what? Sherpa, an anime Sherpa. I think that could even help because I don't expect. I mean, I can't like remember all of that off the top of my head, everything that you're talking about in the first episode and everything. But
because I watched the beginning like 12 times trying to follow it. That's why I remember the opening scene so well.
Oh, just see, and that I didn't remember that opening scene. I was thinking of when it cuts straight to the brothers when they're kids. So I didn't even remember what you were describing until like you were halfway into describing it and got to the cops or whatever. I think like with an added explanation, like with having a Sherpa with you, that you'll realize that like a lot of the times like something doesn't really get fully explained until later, and you're supposed to not know, or it was simpler than you were trying to make it out to be as well. Okay. I run into that problem a lot where I'm watching something and I feel like I don't know what's going on, and I think I'm just overcomplicating it, like trying to dissect it, or like it's the first time you've ever seen this character, and I'm like, I don't get what's going on. Who is this guy? What's his deal? Who are these cops? And they don't really explain until maybe next episode, like, oh, those aren't cops. Those are actually, it's probably members of the, oh snap, I'm drawing a blank. The military academy, that's like a focal point of the show. So, I mean, just, gotcha. I don't know. I like that show enough, I guess, that I want to try and push you to try and watch it again.
Okay, I will definitely watch it.
What about like you were watching a bunch of the Ghibli movies, I think, right? Did you ever, I can't remember. I know we talked about like Ponyo, I think, which I think is the tsunami one that you were talking about.
Yes. I saw Ponyo, the talking house one. It's a walking house.
Okay, I thought that's what you meant. That's Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes. And then
that one's lovely.
And then I started to watch. I was gonna watch Spirited Away, but I couldn't find it. I don't think on any of my streaming services. That's why. And then I went and found Full Metal Brotherhood.
Sure.
And found that
so close
on on some streaming service that I signed up for I think it was like Sushi Roll or something, and
Crunchyroll,
and I signed up for that for a week like a free trial to see if I would like it, and it took me so long trying to get through that first episode. I just thought I can't do this. So
yeah.
So I'll look
Understandable.
for it.
Did you ever watch My Neighbor Totoro?
No, I have not.
That would be another
Should I
good
do that one
Ghibli
next?
movie to try.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's just a cute, fun ride. There's not like some big plot or anything. It's just a cute, fun ride to be on.
Okay. Is that the one where the cat's a bus?
Yes.
Okay, I'm familiar with the images of that. It looks really fun.
It's just whimsical. There's no explanation for the cat bus and things like that. So don't like try to pick it apart. It's just fun. Like
Okay.
I don't know, like sometimes I'll kind of overdo it, like, but what's going on in the forest? Like you're not supposed to understand it. It's just supposed to be whimsical and fun. So
Okay.
there's not going to be any sequel Totoro 2, like the beginning, you know, the origin story. Yeah.
Even Totoro.
Even Totoro. When the cat car became a cat bus.
It's on Hulu. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Do you have to have the premium?
Awesome.
On Hulu.
Nice.
So
Yeah, it just like, and I'm just saying, when I say give it a try, I just mean like give it 2 or 3 episodes and see if you can. If it doesn't hook you, then let it go. But I love it. So.
They've got the dub and they have the sub on Hulu.
Well, if most people watch it in English, then I'll do it how most people watch it.
Well, it looks like they've got the sub, so you can just watch the sub.
You should watch it however you're most comfortable watching it, but I will say that the dub is very good.
Okay, then I'll try the dub.
It's very good, and when I was younger, I used to be like a subtitle purist, and that's because a long time ago, anime dubs, they were not very good. Anime was getting butchered when it came to the States. But that's a long time past. That's the old days.
Okay.
Anime now, it gets good dubs. The thing that I like about dubs, I'm actually a dub person now. Like, I mostly won't watch subtitles. Unless that's the only way it's available and I really want to watch it. The thing about dubs is that it's the expressiveness. There's certain types of expressiveness that you'll see in Japanese culture that you don't understand watching it as an American. But as soon as somebody says that line in English, you understand how. Like, you understand how intense it was supposed to be, or you understand, you know what I mean? And I don't know if that happens with, like, K-dramas and stuff, too, but, or if you had to kind of learn.
Oh, yeah.
You had to kind of learn, like, certain, like, just the way people act. Yeah, the subtext of the way people act when they're talking to each other and stuff. Like, there's just, every culture is a little bit different when they're communicating, so, when shows that I watch in Japanese, and then I'm thinking specifically of Attack on Titan, when I watch that in English, everything hits so much harder. So I'm a big fan of dubs now. And
okay, then I'll do that. That would probably make it easier too, because the one that I did find that had the subtitles, I was having an even harder time following it because I'm having to read the words. I'm not able to just watch what's going on on screen, so that makes it doubly.
Yeah,
difficult.
that's another big plus.
Right.
Is it feels like you can watch it a little more casually, even if you're like still paying attention the whole time. Either way, it just feels a little more like casual. Like, you don't have to be intensely focused on the screen the whole time.
Yeah,
Right.
Anyways, that was my spiel.
I love it.
I spent like 20 minutes trying to convince you to watch Full Metal Alchemist, so I hope you give it a try.
I absolutely will. I pinky promise.
It's just very compelling.
Here, Alexa,
the whole show.
Yeah.
I'm
you go.
pinky promising Alexa, since we're sitting right across from each other.
Perfect.
And like I said, just give it like a couple episodes. I'm not trying to get you to commit to like 10 episodes or 20 or something.
I'm watching. I'm in for the long haul, and then we'll have a discussion about it, and you can quiz me.
I would be so excited too. I don't know if I could quiz you though, but
How
I mean,
fun.
even if she did watch it and understood the whole thing, you could quiz her 3 days from the when she watched the last episode, and she wouldn't be able to tell you anything that happened.
Yeah, that tracks in. That's me too. So
Yep.
I'll just be like, remember that time that guy did that thing? That's the only thing I remember is one little scene from episode 11, and there's like 100 episodes, and I just like that's all I took away.
That's great. Ash, I've been meaning to ask you, are you still playing Neopets?
Yes.
I love that.
Are you? Have you been able to?
No, I have slacked so much because of the move, which I'm super bummed about because they have a plot going on right now. And
Yes.
I'm like, I so wanted to be into it, but like, there's just been too many days that have been full of moving. Like, so we closed on our house on the 12th, and literally every moment. Oh, sorry, we closed on the 21st of June. We had to be out by the 12th of July. And so literally every moment of that 3 weeks, my life was entirely consumed by getting out of the old house, and now it's been consumed by getting into the new house. But I did make a new Neopet that I'm actually really proud of, and I didn't get to share it with anybody. So you know how it's a cow. They have the cows on Neopets, Alexa and Kim, and it's spelled Kau. And I named her Cowstradamus, and I dressed her up like a fortune teller, kind of like stars and wizards and witches, kind of.
Cute.
That's cute.
And I'm super proud of her name, Cowstradamus. And so,
Cowstradamus.
yeah.
That's very clever.
Cute.
So you're still playing, you're doing the plot and everything?
Yes, and you should you can hop back into it and be able to do everything in the plot. So like don't worry that you're missing anything, because they're making it very casual, I guess.
Oh,
good. They know that their audience is largely just adults now that have lives that are moving and working and everything else. So it's not like the old plots that you would get in the early 2000s, where like if you weren't there that day to do that thing, then you didn't get the prize.
Out.
Yeah. It's more laid back, and there's a lot of really cool prizes and stuff.
Good.
Yeah. I've been logging in every day and making sure I do my dailies. But like I haven't been.
My dailies.
I haven't. That's what everyone calls them, though. That's what it is. It's dailies.
Yeah.
And by the way, your dailies consist of like what's a weird one? Like there's a plushie that's hanging in a tree that you go talk to. He doesn't say anything or move or anything. You go talk to him and like you get prizes.
Yeah.
There's underwater fishing, I think they call it. And it's just like, I don't know how to explain it to an outsider.
I know, it's
To an outsider. Wow.
I'm non-Neopian.
We need a word for like muggle for non-Neopians.
Yeah.
Same thought. Oh man.
For you real world folk, it's a whole dang economy on that website. So like there's just there must be hundreds of thousands of items. And all that. So like I'm filling out my stamp album, I'm training my Battle Dome pet so that she can fight in the war and the plot.
There's all sorts of things like there's I don't know why I went back, but now I can't leave. I know.
That's what it feels like.
Yes.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped in Neopia now.
Love it. Absolutely here for it. I'll be trapped there with you. I'll get back into it now. That I know, now that I know it's an easy plot, I was kind of like, part of me was going to wait until it was over. Because I was like, oh, I've missed the biggest chunk of it. So I'll just wait it out and then go back.
It's supposed to go on for, I think they actually said it was going to go on for 10 months, like roughly 10 months.
Ooh,
wow.
Yeah.
You got time,
Yeah,
girl.
and it's been like a month, so...
oh, man. All right. Well,
so
I'm definitely going back.
Even anyone listening right now who decides they want to...
yeah, come join Neopets. I have no stake in it at all, but it's fun. Yeah, there's like you haven't missed out. You can go back and do the old stuff, and good.
And it just looks exciting. It's pulled me in, and I can't get away.
Yep. Too much fun. Oh my gosh. So we've been chatting for quite a while. But it's probably a good time to think about wrapping up. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we say goodbye to everybody for next time?
I should do my my Baldur's Gate names, because I think that's what you were prompting earlier, and then we got totally off.
We got sidetracked.
100% you're correct. Yes.
And then I was like, I want to remember that.
I totally forgot
are
too.
my notes? Okay.
I'm ready. I'm so excited.
Okay. We got Drongo Bixworth is a human, and Florian Bixworth. Drongo, Drongo.
I love it.
Drongo Bixworth. Yeah, and Florian. Yeah, Florian Bixworth. I think they're either related or married. I don't remember. Oh yeah. So this is a group of children, human children, that you come across in the city of Baldur's Gate. We got Stinker, Runt, and Spool.
I like how Spool is like the best name out of those.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then we got Then we got Fast Netio.
Are those also children?
No, this is a person's name. Fast Netio. Like
Fast?
Is he fast?
Fastneddio. I don't know. I don't remember seeing. I think it was a man. I don't remember, but I remember seeing them moving around. I don't know how fast they were. And then the last one is Truffles Smythe.
Truffle?
Which
Ooh.
is Truffles. Yes.
Truffles.
Truffles.
What's the
Smythe.
last?
Yeah.
Smythe. That's amazing.
Yeah. Smythe. Yeah.
Was it a pig? By any
Yeah,
chance?
right.
No, it was a human.
Because that would be perfect.
Right. I know,
Yeah.
because I made sure to write down what race the person was because like a lot of these names you'd be like, oh, Truffle Smythe, yeah, that's a halfling, you know?
Yeah.
That's a gnome.
Right?
But it's like no, that's a human. That is a human person.
Can you imagine running into someone like today and you're like, hi, I'm Alexa, and they're like, I'm Truffles.
Right. Yeah. Truffle Smythe is the name.
I would have so many questions.
Yes.
Right.
Is Truffles a nickname? Is it your middle name? Is it where did it come from?
Is that your government name?
Right? Can I see your driver's license, Truffles?
Please? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I need to play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, me too. I think that's the big takeaway from
very
that.
good.
Does it ever? Yeah.
Yes.
Does it ever go on sale? I need to go check on that.
I don't know, because I mean it was released pretty last year, so I feel like a sale should be coming up at this point. It's been 8 or 9 months, maybe longer.
Is it on Steam? They just had a sale that I didn't participate in.
So I'm not entirely sure.
I'll go check.
Yeah, right. Oh, too much fun. Alrighty, well, if nobody has any questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, then I think that about does it for us today. That was so fun.
That was. We miss you all.
Yeah.
I know. know. I miss recording and I miss like chatting with you guys regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, have a good weekend, everybody.
I know. I was trying to think of where to go from there. We're gonna back out awkwardly now.
Yes.
Yes. I'm good at this.
We're really good at this.